It's time to talk about the Jeep Gladiator. Now on the show we've talked about many Jeep models, and we've talked about the Wagoneer, we've talked about the Wrangler, but we haven't talked about the Gladiator. And I don't know if you've noticed this, but there are a lot of them on the road, and there's a reason for that. The new Gladiator is a version of the Jeep Wrangler, obviously, and it's on a stretched wheelbase and also has a pickup bed, but also gives you the off-road ability and the Jeep feel of a Wrangler. So both utility and off-road friendliness. Now, there are so many aftermarket accessories that you can get on these and so many accessories from Jeep themselves. So let's give a little look at the Jeep Gladiator. Now this one we're looking at right here is the Rubicon. Also, how great is the name Gladiator? What are you driving? I'm driving the Gladiator. It's pretty cool. So if we look down here, 7,700 pounds of towing capacity, 1,700 pounds of payload, 442 foot-pounds of torque you can get with the diesel engine in these, which is fantastic. I've driven it. Smooth, quiet, and very good on fuel. And it has best-in-class available ground clearance. Now, one of the great things about the Gladiator is it's a do-everything vehicle. If you have an active lifestyle, this is something that you might want to consider. It does kind of almost triple duty. It's a daily driver. It can be very fuel efficient, especially with that diesel engine. You have your pickup bed, it tows anything, and it pretty much goes anywhere with Jeep's obviously awesome four-wheel drive system. And I think they look really neat, cool. So if we take a little look at this, I mean, we have ATVs, we can put motorcycles in the back, it can tow a boat, a small RV. It has available spray and bed liner. Always go for the available spray and bed liner. If you've had a pickup truck before, you know why. Obviously, you don't want to be scratching up that beautiful new bed. Available in-bed power outlet. It's got tie downs, tonneau covers. You have the backup camera, which helps you hitch up to your trailer. Like I said, it pretty much does it all. And if you haven't driven one, the doors come off, which is really cool, off-road use only, and the top goes back, so it does everything a Wrangler does as well. So I think it's a great vehicle for kind of like if you needed just a one vehicle to do it all, and you just are a very active person, you need to tow, you need to get off-road, or if you don't care about any of those things and you just think it looks cool, I think it's a great vehicle. Let's talk about capability. Now, of course, Wrangler products, the Gladiator being one of them, one of the big things they say is you can kind of go anywhere. They're trail rated. Water fording ability of 31.5 inches. To give you an idea, that's almost as tall as that tire that you can just drive through water, and it's designed to do that no problem, which I think is really impressive. If you've driven one, they have a very tight turning radius, which is super useful, not only off-road on trails, but if just turning around in a parking lot or pulling a Yui. I've driven a lot of Jeep products, and one thing they pride themselves on is their off-road ability, like I've been mentioning. And that really helps because it has a live front axle, which allows really extreme articulation off-road, which makes sure that your tires are in contact with the ground so you have traction at all times. Now, when you get into the upper trim levels, such as this Rubicon we have featured here, you can get electronic locking differentials, front and rear, a sway bar disconnect, which allows more articulation to drop that one wheel to get a little more traction. You have a rock track transfer case, and on the Rubicon it has these rock rails, which are great for protecting the vehicle off-road. Now, those of us who remember Wranglers of old, thinking of like the CJ5, CJ7, YJs, TJs, they were a bit Spartan, but not so with the new Wranglers and new technology. They come with this Uconnect system, which obviously has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and gives you all your media, climate control, navigation, phone, and everything you might need in a modern vehicle, which is great. One feature that I really like is it has this vehicle finder. Now, you can do this on your phone with dropping pins and things, but if you're like me, I'm usually in a rush, and now they say you can find your Gladiator if it's parked on one of the trails, and it'll give you directions to it. For me, it's parking garages. A lot of times I'm in a hurry, I don't know where my car is, or sometimes I don't remember where I parked it. So this would be an extremely useful feature, so I can just look at my phone and go, it's on King Street, knew it. Now lastly, one of the things I'd like to mention is the fact that the Gladiator comes with a myriad of engines that will fit any type of driving you're doing. So you can get it with a 2-liter turbo, you can get it with the Pentastar V6. You can get it with a diesel engine with lots of torque, and it has fantastic fuel economy. Or you can get it in a 4xe, which is a plug-in hybrid, which allows you to do some of your trail or even in-town driving on pure electric power only. Did I mention that the windscreen also folds down? If you want to be cool, like these people here, or you think that this might fit your lifestyle, or you just want to take one for a test drive, you definitely have to get over to Elmwood Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram in East Providence, and they will sort you out with whatever kind of Gladiator you'd like.